Hello world, hello world. Yes, yes, yes. I just happened to come across this photo and almost didn't recognize the individual until I read the headline. And yes, it's Nene Leakes. Some people's going into the comments and they're asking whether or not she's trying to look like Kim Zolak or whether or not she's trying to look like someone other than herself. All is talk in the black community about colorism and about dark skin versus light skin, and then we see these photos. Well, there actually is one person who's actually naturally born looking the complexion she is. And believe it or not, it's actually Eartha Kitt's daughter. And although, again, in the black communities, there's this talk about light skin versus dark skin, I think it's the most controversial topic ever. However, you must take a listen to this commentary and comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. Bye, Rose.
Donna Briggs is, don't worry, I'm going to tell you. But before we begin, just a reminder that this channel is philosophy through pop culture, as is all my work across the internet. My name is Brittany Simon, and I really want us to be kind and compassionate when talking about Donna, because Donna is certainly a black woman who's claiming to be white.
I don't want people out here to think that we're always constantly hitting on our black females and our black female celebrities, but they are dropping the ball, folks. All right?
And they're turning to hoes.
Ooh, boy. I didn't say that, and folks,
I said it.
I didn't say
I
it.
said it. Donna
You said it.
it.
A black woman said it.
Well,
I
they
didn't say
are.
it.
But like I said,
I was thinking it,
the
but I didn't say
entertainment
it.
industry wants you to be a hoe.
And anytime you have a person in this kind of a position, you've always got to assume either grifter or mental health crisis. Now with Donna, I'm going to go more mental health crisis. We saw with Rachel Dolezal in the past that she had a lot of trauma in relation to her upbringing and found a way to find community by pretending to be a black woman. Obviously, we don't want people pretending to be something they're not, but since mental health is so prevalent and since we grow up so dysfunctional in the world and within our family structures, I want us to be sort of open-minded to the fact that Donna is as well going through some sort of mental health crisis.
Hello everyone, it's Donna Briggs.
And even though I've said all that, I want us to also feel comfortable in holding somebody like Donna accountable for the way that she interacts with the world as a public figure.
Hello everyone, it's Donna Briggs. And today is Safe Sunday, day 25 of the Choose Success and Live in Abundance Challenge. And Live in Abundance Challenge. Hope you're having a spectacular day so far. I know that you are, because you woke up this morning, you said, thank you God for waking me up. Keeping me safe. Keeping all harm and danger away from me. Ordering my steps. From order steps are what? The best steps. You meditate, you pray, you said your affirmations. I'm healthy, I'm happy. I live in extreme abundance. Extreme. I don't let any negative people, places, things, or environments control my peace. I live in prosperity, health, wealth, love, respect. I am great. I attract great people, places, things, and environments. I don't let any negativity
That this woman does not acknowledge being black and is looking like a white woman screams
Snapchat,
mental
Instagram,
illness.
TikTok, YouTube, Thread. Nothing will disturb your peace.
I'm going to be coming from the angle of having a relationship with self, because this is a philosophy channel. And one of the questions I get constantly is, how do I know that I have a good relationship with myself? And I think that there are specific components that have to exist in order for this to be true. One, you have to be honest with yourself, brutally, really honest. And I think as we explore Donna and who she is as a person, there's a dishonesty between what she tells herself and what she tells the public. Since we can't account for what Donna tells herself, we have to assume it's similar to what she's telling the public, that she is a white woman with a tan, or rather was a white woman with a tan, and now she's just a white woman with very porcelain skin. So I want to give you an example of some of the conversations that happen in her comment sections and how she replies to comments that are criticizing her. This one is less of a criticism, but this person says, if she bleached, how is her skin so perfectly balanced? Like, I'm so confused. Donna replies, listen to what you said, laugh emoji. That's impossible to make yourself white. It's easy to tan white skin, common sense. Therefore implying Donna is simply a white woman with a tan. The next comment said, what's your thought process when people post old pics of you in the comments where you are black? Donna replies, laugh emoji, because some of them aren't me. And look at who's posting them. People who are struggling in life. they aren't doing better than I am. The first time I saw Donna, I just assumed she had vitiligo, like Michael Jackson, which I just learned is an autoimmune disorder. Kind of interesting as a chronically ill girly myself. You know, I learned something new. And on top of that, there was a lot of conversation about vitiligo in relation to Michael Jackson's story, especially in relation to his blackness. There was always this rumor growing up, you know, learning about Michael and his background, that Michael wanted to be white. But Michael made it clear interview after interview that he was black and that it was never about being a white man. It was simply living with an autoimmune disorder.
You wanting to have a little white boy play you in a Pepsi commercial. That is so stupid. That's the most ridiculous, horrifying story I've ever heard. Why would I want a white child to play me? I'm a black American. I'm proud to be a black American. I am proud of my race. I am proud of who I am. I have a lot of pride in who I am and dignity.
So when it comes to Donna Briggs, a lot of the conversation is around, does she want to be a white woman? Is she mentally ill? Is she a grifter? What's going on?
Donna,
Yes.
what keeps you up at night?
Thinking.
What gets you up in the morning?
Motivation. Ambition.
What is your greatest fear in life?
Poverty.
And what?
According to Donna Briggs' social media presence, she's currently a huge Elon fan and is a motivational speaker with a nonprofit. But this wasn't always who Donna Briggs was. She's actually a pretty well-known radio host who has interviewed a ton of very famous people.
Hello, my name is Donna Briggs, and I'm here with the fabulous Jennifer Lewis. I love your new book. You're the most respected person in Hollywood. What keeps you going? What keeps your energy going?
Joy.
Made a list here of all the people she's interviewed, including Jennifer Hudson, Bobby Brown, R. Kelly, Toni Braxton, Jussie Smollett, Nick Cannon, Mary J. Blige, Tyler Perry, Tyrese Gibson, Wendy Williams.
Listen, great broadcasters are not made, they're born.
Well, you were a born diva anyway.
So either, no, it's not a diva, Donna. It's about being a broadcaster.
Okay.
Either you have it,
Or you don't.
right.
That's true. That's a good point.
Now, the Jennifer Lewis interview is actually the most interesting because throughout this interview, Jennifer Lewis is talking about her relationship with bipolar, and she's saying she can always tell when a person is mentally ill when they're in front of her. And in this context, she was referring to President Trump during his first election.
But I know what mental illness looks like, and the mania is unstoppable.
And in that moment as a viewer, I wondered if Jennifer Lewis kind of saw something in Donna, but I don't think so. That interview and all the interviews Donna had ever done, at least with famous people, seemed to paint her as a pretty reasonable and good interviewer.
Are you a cat person or a dog?
I am not a cat person. I like my dogs.
Yeah, you're a personal dog. Okay.
That's it. I like my dogs. I don't like animals.
If you go way back in her radio career, before she was even doing a lot of these interviews, she seems relatively normal and level-headed, though she does seem quirky. I'm going to give her that.
I'd like to welcome you to BeMoreNews.com, the news before the news, where we uncover the truth. Marshall Bell, what are you up to these days? And who is this beautiful lady beside you?
This, Donnie, is my lovely co-host.
Hi,
of
I'm Donna.
The show that's breaking all the ground here in Baltimore City. It's called Celebrity Magazine Live with Donna Briggs
And
myself
Marshall Bell.
and Marshall Bell. Give the phone number.
410-481-1010 or 1-877-704-1010.
Donnie, our show comes on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 o'clock. We talk about celebrities.
Did y'all check each other's horoscope sign before y'all started? This is I'm sensing some synergy, you know.
Oh, yeah, we're compatible.
Wait, hold on. Check this out. We talk about celebrities, Donnie. We talk about entertainment, Donnie. We talk about everything. That's right. It's a great show, man. Really. We have a good time.
You gotta check it out. You should be on the show or something.
Maybe a little neurodivergent, maybe autistic. As an autistic person myself, I was wondering, okay, what is this way she talks, the way she is excitable, the way, you know, it was giving neurodivergent in all the interviews. But it didn't give unwell, and it certainly didn't give black woman denying she's black in order to say she's white. That's a very specific kind of relationship with self.
Black women representing themselves out here in the media.
Yes, but you...
And our little girls taking them, you know.
And they're following.
They're following them. Oh, my gosh. What's the girl? I forgot. I'm having a mental block. What's the girl, the new rapper with the big... Oh, my gosh. What's the girl? I forgot. I'm having a mental block. What's the girl, the new rapper with the big butt?
You mean Nicki Minaj?
Nicki Minaj. Okay, now check this out. I saw this on Ellen. Yesterday. On Ellen DeGeneres.
Okay.
We can talk about that too, but we're not going to talk about
What did
Ellen.
she
No. Check this out. There was this clip of these two little girls, okay, who were doing it, and they're talking about little, like 4 or 5 years old, doing her newest song, okay?
You two are just so magnificent.
You see, Nicki Minaj, what kind of image is that?
Yeah, she's definitely a whore.
She's not even a hoe. She's a whore. I shouldn't say that, no. But she's
But she doesn't care about that.
But
But she's not trying to be a role model.
But think about that, man.
And you got her hugging your little kid?
Hugging your little kid.
Not a role model.
I'm so happy that
A
my little
super
kid
hoe.
got met by a super hoe. Got to meet her.
So it is abundantly clear that without a doubt, Donna Briggs is certainly a black woman. So when we think about having a strong relationship with self, we have to be brutally honest with ourselves. And I don't know the relationship she is having in private with herself, where she can be honest and say, like, we are a black woman who's deciding to be white, or at least pretend we're white. Are we grifting? Are we lying? Do we believe it? I'm not sure. But in public, she really doubles down. She actually gets pretty heated in her comment sections, which is sort of interesting since her current brand is running a nonprofit, writing children's books, which both have gotten huge backlash online as being scams, and being sort of a motivational speaker in the abundance mindset bubble.
Nothing will disturb your peace on this Sage Sunday. Let's get into it. The more chances you give someone, the less respect they will have for you. Let's repeat that. They do something, you don't like it, you take them back. They do something, you don't like it, you take it back. They lose respect for you because they say, what a dummy, what a pushover, I can do anything I want. They're ignoring your standards because they say they will always be given another chance.
I even went on her Instagram and scrolled to find some heated moments where she was expressing anger.
Hello, everyone. It's Donna Briggs, and today's star of the day is public service announcement. If I block you from my phone, from my emails, from my social media, in general, if you were blocked and you know that you're blocked, why are you trying to contact me? Now, for me to block you, you are extremely toxic. Maybe not to yours, but to my mental health. Someone reached out to me. They know who they are. I'm sure they be watching this video. They came to me for mentoring, right? I told them what to do. They didn't listen to anything that I said. Fast forward now, they're homeless. And my advice to them, they have these children, put them all up for adoption. You are the most unfit person, unfit mother I have ever come across. You are ruining those children's lives. A lot of you people out there who say they want to have money could not handle it. You're always got somebody emailing you, texting you, begging you for money. Their lights are off. They're hungry. They're getting evicted. Blah blah. They have all these issues. I tell people no all the time. So they want me to say, "Oh, I have a house in Florida you can stay at till you get yourself on your feet." Absolutely not. So if you're gonna have multiple children by multiple men, shouldn't they have money? Why are you having babies by guys and you're not even getting a check every month? I mean, I have more respect for somebody like that. At least they're getting some money. So you have multiple children by multiple men with no money. Put all of them up for adoption. Not foster care. You should sign them over to somebody. Not me. I don't want them. Sign them over to somebody. They can take care of these damn kids because you're unfit.
What I found when researching her was that on her main website, that is allegedly this nonprofit, and seems to have done some work in the past, as there's lots of pictures of her with children and with adults and with church organizations, so something is obviously happening. The information on the site is outdated. And when you have somebody with a relatively big following and somebody who used to have contacts with celebrities, their website being sort of up to date is sort of important to me to try to figure out if it's a scam or not. So as I went through the website, I found a phone number. I decided to call the phone number, and of course, it gave me nothing but a busy line. It's giving me a busy signal. But when I Googled the number, what I found was links to sort of Addiction Anonymous or Alcohol Anonymous or even a suicide prevention hotline. Like, I kept getting those kinds of results. So how does a person go from interviewing very famous people, being a black woman in radio, to being what we see now? For me, it feels like it has to be mental health. But for other people, they feel like she's grifting, she's stealing, she's trying to get money from people. And maybe that's true. Definitely a part of it seems to be that. But for some reason, it's hard for me to view her as just a regular old grifter. When I see like a Candace Owens or a Charlie Kirk or a Tucker Carlson, it just feels like they're grifting so obviously to me, but maybe a part of it is that they're successful and Donna Briggs isn't.
The best steps. You meditated, you prayed, you said your affirmations. I am healthy. I am happy. I live in extreme abundance.
But Donna Briggs was successful at one point in her career.
Are you surprised it did so well? I mean, are you shocked?
I
Not
was surprised.
really?
No, I was. I can't even lie about that. I could sit here and try to be conceited.
You're like,
and be
oh, yes, you should be great.
Come on, Brute. You know I knew we had a hit. What?
She talked different, she appeared different, she interacted different, and then all of a sudden, at one point, it just kind of switched.
Hi everyone, it's Donna Briggs, and today's question of the day is, Dear Donna, I am a married woman of 20 years. I just found out that my husband has HIV. Oh, what should I do? He didn't get it from me. I don't have it. So, that's a lot to unwrap.
And it wasn't a switch in values, like I'm a Republican who's now liberal, or I'm a liberal who's now Republican. It was more like a switch in even how she presented. That unique way she introduces herself before a video, I'm Donna Briggs, like that, even that is a new thing. And it feels to me a little bit like this might be a case, and this is absolutely just a theory, of maybe something more like spiritual psychosis. We've seen a lot of that become more prevalent online, but I especially see it in bubbles that are all about abundance mindset.
It's Wisdom Wednesday, day 3 of the Positivity and Prosperity Challenge. You woke up this morning, you meditated, you prayed, you said your affirmations.
There's like some sort of pipeline between like entrepreneurial, abundance mindset to spiritual psychosis pipeline that is deeply concerning to me, especially since I do a lot of philosophical work here on the internet, and especially since I'm working on my own framework, my own philosophical framework. What I've noticed, and it's a lot less now, but in the beginning, I did notice a very specific kind of person trying to interact with my work, and I worked really hard to like send the message that my content's not for them. And they were people that felt like the same people that get scammed by like a teal swan, or in I suppose this case, a Donna Briggs. But I'm again not sure that she is intentionally scamming people, but I do think there's something unnerving about the way she interacts with the world, like denying she's a black woman.
You know, the question though, one has to ask themselves, Donna, is why would Conrad Murray tape this in the first place?
Yeah, I was wondering that too.
Okay, was it because
Did he ask to be taped?
Was he doing it maybe? Or was he doing it to protect himself later?
Saying, hey, yes, I did drug him, and here's the proof.
That just seems kind of stupid, right? Or maybe it seems very more likely, even because he was going to try to blackmail and do his tell-all book months.
Come on. I don't believe that.
Why not?
I don't believe that.
Why not?
Why would he do that?
Why wouldn't he do that?
The guy treated him great. He gave him $200,000 a month.
Yeah, but when the check stopped rolling, you got to have another way of income, right?
Even her online presence, most of the comments are bot comments. And if you interact with a sort of entrepreneurial abundance mindset creator that also requires bots to keep their prominence online, it usually means they're doing one of two things. One, grifting horribly, like they're just bad at business, or two, they're having a mental health crisis. And so I think I'm fascinated by the Donna Briggs of the world because we're all so obviously desperate to be someone. But the thing with Donna is she was someone. She had status, she had connection, she had a good job. So what went wrong? I think we all know somebody like Donna in our lives. We all know somebody who just lost their way when trying to figure out their place in the world. And so I say to you, if you want to have a good and healthy relationship with self, it has to be honest and grounded. It has to be grounded in the most facts. You have to be stable. It doesn't surprise me in many ways that Donna's a big Elon Musk fan, because Elon Musk and people who tend to like Elon, they don't really live in the most grounded reality. They get to live in this sort of, matrixy, red pill, blue pill, conspiracy theory bubble that allows them to think they know what's going on and nobody else does. But the truth is, not only do they not know what's going on, but what ends up happening is I think people like Donna who are sort of susceptible or maybe having their own mental health crisis, right? Because we don't know what's going on, and I just have to assume it's mental health because there's not enough groundedness to her grifting, in a sense. Like, she's so bad at the business that I have to assume it's mental health, because if she was a little bit more stable, she'd be a better grifter.
Remember all the steps of what?
Well, hello world. Yes, I must comment. Well, whether or not you agree with the commentator there, I personally do believe that Donna Briggs, although I don't know this woman, just based on the narratives and the feeds that I've seen, she does appear to be suffering with some sort of psychosis of some sort. However, I'm not a doctor nor a psychiatrist, and I've only been a sociology, psychology major. I'll just add. Anyway, whether or not my opinion matters, I just must comment on how again, what caught my eye with this woman is the fact that she went from, again, a black woman to looking the way she is. Initially, I thought she had also suffered from some vitiligo, and I thought it was, that skin condition that had caused her pigment change. And then upon listening to her narrative, I now learned that, however, I don't know if she was bleached or if she's suffering from that. It does not appear that this woman wants to be a black woman, just based on her statements. The fact that she has the audacity to call entertainers hoes, especially black entertainers hoes, she herself, that Briggs, perpetrates colorism in a negative way. And she does this through the media, and whether she knows it or not, is her statements is based on, clearly, just looking at her, unhealthy standards. I mean, she appears to, again, appear to be a lighter complexion, almost looking the complexion of a white woman. And again, her standard, if you're looking at her, would say to the world that she'd rather be lighter than darker. And whether or not she feels this is more beautiful being lighter than darker is, again, a question to ask her. However, the nerve of her, that Briggs woman, to actually say that entertainers, when she herself is going through the media perpetrating a fraud of being a white woman. Clearly, Briggs is suffering, I clearly believe, from some racial identity of some sort. However, she doesn't mention anything about public health risk, which is another concern I have with this bleaching epidemic, in addition to plastic surgery, but more so that bleaching epidemic. A lot of people, commentary does not speak about the public health risk, but yeah, it does run the gamut. Ultimately, no matter how light Briggs' skin does appear, I hope she knows that this does not alter a person's fundamental identity or make them a member of a different race. So go on, Briggs, dye yourself to the point of whatever complexion she wants. She could become as light as the sun itself, or as porcelain as she thinks as a doll. However, she will never be a white woman. Bye, world. Comment, subscribe, let me know if you agree.